Okay, my next review is going to be The Invisible Man, a film that came out in 1933. Pretty much is about a crazy scientist who invents a new formula that turns people invisible, pretty much. And uh, he takes the formula himself, and he's invisible, and becomes pretty much crazy because this, it gives him power. It empowers him. That it gets to his head, and he starts becoming a psychopath pretty much. And what I really liked about the movie was how they pulled out the effects. 1933. I mean, it's just remarkable how they pull it off at that time. I mean, now it's a lot easier, but I can only imagine that it took so much hard work to pull it off, and I like the way it was done. Also, I like the actor who played the Invisible Man, Claude Rains, I believe that's his name. I can just tell he had so much fun with the role. How in the movie he's messing with people, uh, throwing their hats. There's a scene where yeah, um, the police comes in and he's just um, like he spills ink on the one cop's face, and he runs outside and he steals a guy's bike, stuff like that. And also well, in the movie he's hiding out. Um, he in the beginning of the movie he ends up in this um tavern that he's staying in, and he's not paying his rent, and this they tried to kick him out. This old couple, he messes with them. That's where the cops come in, and he starts uh, fucking with people pretty much. Um, and then he ends up in his friend's house, and he wants to make a deal with him. He tells him the secret, everything, and he tells him, if you help me out kill a few people, uh, I won't I won't kill you. If you tell anyone, I'll kill you, pretty much. And the guy freaks out. He tells uh, uh, another character, the father of the fiance of the Invisible Man, they're looking for him. They're worried about him. Uh, he also tells the police, and of course the Invisible Man finds out and eventually kills him. Uh, I really like how the cops how they come up with ways to look for the Invisible Man. Like they have uh, a bunch of cops. There's a sequence where all the cops are holding each other's hands, trying to circle the Invisible Man, and he still manages to outsmart them. Or when they're in a room talking, all the cops are talking to each other and planning out how to catch the Invisible Man. Um, they make sure he's not there because he could be there because they can't see him. He could easily there listening to their plans. So they make sure they get like a bunch of guys and they all run all throughout the office just to that's how they check if he's around or not. I thought that was really interesting. Um, um, like I mentioned on the character, like like the actor, I could tell he had so much fun playing the role because the scenes where he's just messing with people, he's having a blast. Um, you know, had he's practically naked when he's completely invisible because when he's wearing clothes, you can see the clothes like moving by themselves. There's one scene where he just has pants on and he's like freaking people out and he's singing a song. I forgot what song he sings, but I think it was "Skip to My Lou" or something because he was skipping. So I thought that was pretty funny. But it's also really dark as well. Especially the entire third act, how they're pretty much hunting the Invisible Man, looking for him. He's wanted. He's killed a few people, and he's pretty much terrorizing little towns everywhere he goes. And oh, interesting fact about this movie: the actress who played the fiance, who was um, who still wants to be with him. The actress is Gloria Stuart, who ended up playing the old Rose in Titanic, who sadly has passed away. But I thought she did a good job in this movie. How she, despite everything he's done, she still cares for him, and she kind of, the way I saw it, she saw that he's only doing this because the power of him being invisible got to his head, and that's what made him go crazy. That wasn't the man she fell in love with. That was the man she met. She knew before. Um, but I always thought it was interesting. You don't actually see how he created the formula, how he got invisible. It just starts off with him already invisible, and he explains it later in the movie. I thought that was really interesting. And the third act, the cops are trying to look for him. He is spotted at a barn. He's sleeping, and they burn down the barn, and he tries to escape, and then they finally shoot him because they could see his footprints in the snow. And he ends up at the hospital. He's dying, and he eventually does die. And you see, like, he becomes visible again, and he's just a corpse pretty much. And that's how the movie ends. And the movie's like 70 minutes tops, it goes by really quick. Like I said, the acting's really good, especially from the Claude Rains. Funny moments, dark, creepy moments at times, where he's like pissed off with a few of the characters. When he gets really serious, he can be pretty creepy. The effects of the invisibility when you see him, just wearing like a hat, and there's nothing in between, and you see through. I like how even though people would seem it dated effects for a 1933 picture, those are good effects. So I give him credit there. I like the way they were done. I like how things move by themselves. I like the bike. When he's riding the bike and the bike is actually pedaling by itself. I like the way that was done. It was a pretty interesting story about a man with too much power. What men become crazy when they get too much power, and it leads to bad things. So yeah, I was actually pretty surprised by this movie. I didn't have, because this is the first time me watching it. I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not, and I ended up liking it almost as much as Dracula. Pretty much, I like all the Universal horror films I've seen so far. Dracula with Bela Lugosi and The Invisible Man have been my favorite so far. So, but I haven't seen all of them yet. I'm trying to get through them. I know I'm way past Halloween, but I'll eventually finish them up all. But Invisible Man, I really liked it. Really enjoyed it. You haven't seen it. Again, I spoiled it, but whatever. It's a 1933 movie. What? There, technically, it's not spoiling anything, but I still recommend it. It's really, really good. And next up I got let's see, Bride of Frankenstein. That's next. So tune in for that, and thanks for watching. And go watch The Invisible Man. All right, adios.